research, research, research. Let's talk about the word research. The part of speech is noun, so you can use it as a singular thing, e.g., I'm conducting research on climate change, or as a plural concept, e.g., the research team has made some great discoveries. In common usage, research refers to the act of investigating and studying something in order to gain knowledge or information. This could be anything from scientific studies, academic papers, market surveys, or even personal investigations into a particular topic. One special note about its usage is that research can also imply a sense of objectivity. So you might say, I'm doing research on the history of this city, but not, I'm researching my favorite hobby. Although both sentences are grammatically correct, they convey slightly different connotations. In a job interview for a position at a university library, you might say, I've been conducting extensive research on data analysis techniques to improve our circulation services, and I believe my findings would be of great interest to the academic community. This is an example of formal usage in an academic setting. On the other hand, while chatting with friends over coffee, you might casually mention, I did some research online last night and found this amazing new restaurant that just opened up downtown, we should totally check it out. In a business context, such as in a meeting to discuss marketing strategies, you could say, our team has been doing some research on consumer behavior and we've identified some key trends that I think will inform our advertising campaign. So you're trying to figure out what research means? Well, let me break it down for you. Essentially, research is the process of gathering information and studying facts in order to learn more about something, whether it's a topic, a problem, or even just your own opinions. It involves collecting data, analyzing it, and drawing conclusions based on what you've found out. Main characteristics of research include being systematic, objective, and thorough, like taking a big step back to look at all the facts before making a decision. Now, you might be thinking that this sounds similar to study or investigation. And you're right, they're often used interchangeably with research. But what sets research apart is its focus on finding new information or insights. It's like being curious and wanting to know more about something. Response. 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 Let's talk about the word response. As a noun, response refers to an answer or reaction to a question, problem, or situation. It can be verbal, e.g., what someone says, or non-verbal, e.g., how they behave. In everyday language, we commonly use response in situations like filling out forms, giving feedback, or answering phone calls. For example, I'm waiting for your response to my job application, or the audience's response was overwhelmingly positive. It's essential to note that the word response implies a sense of reaction, which can be positive, e.g., excitement, or negative, e.g., criticism, and it usually involves some level of engagement or participation. Here are 3 example sentences using the word response in different contexts. In a formal job interview setting, the interviewer asked for my response to a difficult situation at my previous workplace, and I explained how I handled it professionally. On the other hand, during a casual conversation with friends, someone said they didn't get a response from their favorite band after sending them a request, and we all commiserated about the struggles of getting famous people's attention. Meanwhile, in an academic presentation, A researcher discussed the response rate to a new survey method they had developed, highlighting the importance of understanding how participants engage with different types of data collection. So you want to know about that thing we say when someone asks us something and we tell them what we think or feel about it? Well, let's call it the way we answer. The main characteristic of this is that it's like talking back to a question. We use it to share our thoughts, feelings, or opinions with others. It's similar to saying what I say or my take on things. And it's often used in conversations when someone asks us something directly. When we use this thing, we're sharing information, ideas, or even just a simple answer to what the other person has asked us. Role. 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 So, let's talk about the word role. The part of speech for role is noun, which means it refers to a person, place, thing, or idea. In common usage, role typically refers to a specific job or function that someone performs in a particular situation. For example, in a play, an actor might have the role of Hamlet. It can also refer to the character or position that someone assumes in a social, professional, or personal context. So, if someone is taking on a new challenge at work, we might say they're playing a key role in the project. One special note about role is that it's often used in phrases like play a role or take on a role, which means to assume responsibility for something. This can be helpful to remember when using role in conversations. Here are 3 examples of using the word role in different contexts. At a dinner party, you might say, I think my role in this family is to be the glue that holds everyone together, making sure we're all on the same page. This is an example of informal usage where someone is sharing their perspective and feelings with friends or acquaintances. In contrast, a student writing about a historical figure for a history class might say, the role of Cleopatra in ancient Egyptian politics was multifaceted. She navigated complex diplomatic relationships to maintain her kingdom's power. This shows how the word can be used in formal writing to describe someone's function or position within a specific context. Meanwhile, at a job interview, an applicant could say, I'm excited about this opportunity because it would allow me to take on a more hands-on role in project management, utilizing my organizational skills to drive results. So you want to know about this thing that people play in life, where they act out of character and pretend to be someone else. A person might take on this part in their daily life, like an actor does on stage. It's a way for them to express themselves differently, to try new things, and sometimes even hide their true personality or feelings. This concept is similar to the idea of being a chameleon, where they change color to blend in with their surroundings. You might also hear it called a mask that people wear to conceal who they really are, at least for a little while. Anyway, when someone takes on this part, they're usually trying to experiment, have some fun, or even learn something new about themselves, all without being the real deal.